Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, where today, I guess we're just going to keep taking the fight to these skeletons because they do not want to give up. I guess I should have, really thinking about it, I guess I should have known that the Khemri of all people were going to be determined well beyond the bounds of reason. It's kind of their whole thing. I'm embarrassed that I didn't see it sooner. So King Kedetskaf, I think, is running over here with the intention of resettling Qatar, maybe? Is this a treasure location? It is. A great hoard of treasure, in fact, in this location. Over here by all these dwarves who hate us. Although, our values are certainly improving in the right direction. No, sorry, I still have the Khemri selected. No, our values are going down. They don't like the Khemri, though. As long as we keep fucking up the Khemri, maybe we can make friends. Do I have a spare hero who could just like run over there and tag that treasure? We could pull Tom. I think I'm gonna do that. Tom, go find that treasure. We'll leave your spot open. You can come back. Okay, wow, our relationship with the Chaos Force up here is really improving sharply. That's gonna make those dwarves not super eager to be our friends in the long term. So, can we catch Kedetskaf?
Scales and salt.
He's out in the open. He's in march mode, so he can't retreat. And his army composition is really fucking weird. Why do you have so many chariots, my dude?
Fear the pirate queen. Now we're
I think we are likely to be able to do something about all these chariots. Henrietta can't really get to a position that makes any sense. And it's fine. Aranessa has it under control.
They shall pay.
We might take some losses on this one, just due to, catapults and whatnot, but nope, game says it's easy. I'm willing to take it.
The tides rise. To battle.
It works for me. 22% replenishment is pretty good, but we're probably going to get a full heal in any case, because, RNS Assault Spite. So maybe we should just take the money. The only thing I'm a little worried about is Setra riding out and deciding to have at me, but it looks like we can actually probably just get out of the way.
Bring them back.
Yeah, we're fine. We'll just
Onwards.
make sure we are at the absolute edge of our movement range. I don't think he can reach that. You get to take on more points of shark bait. I think we definitely want to finish shark bait. And then, honestly, this gunnery white's kind of running out of useful places to put skill points. Some hero types have fewer things to do with them than others do. I haven't really bothered to improve our replenishment rate anymore. I think Aranessa's army may well be at the cap. Is there an easy way for us to see that? This is just the effect we have from the hero. It's not the entirety of her modifiers. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Let's have Henrietta. Kasabar really doesn't have a good garrison. What I want most is for Henrietta to meet up in a place where we can cross. Seems like the best thing. The thing that's going to cost the least movement overall is to head back toward Khemri.
Deckhands, forward.
And also that provides weird things, or prevents weird things like us moving too close to the dwarves and them deciding to seize on us because we are allies of the chaos demons or whatever. What's Pete up to?
Of the fleet.
Pete's up to slowly healing.
All bones on deck. With purpose.
All right, for sure, you need to get up here. Oh, hey. I passed 24,000 infamy.
Don't mind us.
This is kind of not the ideal moment for that, if I'm honest. I wasn't really looking at it. I wasn't paying attention, but, I don't want to have to deal with another force of angry pirates. I guess Pete...
knows my fate.
Pete head for Lashiak. It's kind of annoying though. It's fine,
Blood and plunder.
We'll just do a normal move.
Move.
We'll encamp on the road.
Bags.
We'll reset Alashiek, and then Pete probably needs to get into defensive position for,
I smell.
what's his name? For Baron von Heasty, who is going to be here presently. And we can leave the rest of this stuff to Kelly and then just disband her army when she's done. She'll hit the Great Desert and then Martek and the Eye of the Panther. All right, Topher just about has defenses. Sorcerer's Islands is going to have to wait.
Captain, reporting.
Yeah, we are not entirely ready for this, if I'm honest.
Time to move.
But the only way out is through at this point, and that is actually everybody. All right, and then we have a fair chunk of health left over. What do we want to do with El Calibad? I guess it doesn't have a basic money-making structure. That's fine. Pools of Despair should probably get rebuilt. Do I need this garrison upgrade? So it improves the tower projectiles, and that is meaningful. It reduces the attrition suffered by the armies inside. It does give us some significant improvement in the actual garrison quality. A unit of depth guard, a unit of hulks. It's very expensive, but it's very expensive, and it's in a position where it's really not likely to be menaced anytime soon. I would rather pursue upgrades here. Right, like let's start getting the crab building going so that we can maybe have rotting leviathans or a munitions hut. A munitions hut would be a good thing. Yeah. We are 3 turns away from being able to Curse of the Bountiful Treasure again. We actually still have kind of a lot of money, but most of our spots are this is worth pursuing. I was going to say most of our spots are in need of large upgrades that we can't quite afford. Well, I have to say, we all have to say thank you here to the Khemri for having the wherewithal to knock out the vampiric horde that spawned near my territory, the only one of the big vampiric spawn points that could actually have been an immediate threat to us. And now that they're dead, now that they have saved us, we shall end them. Not like I couldn't have handled the vampires necessarily. Maybe we could have. We'll never have to find out, which is great. And I'm really, really, really hoping that once we have burned out the Khemri here, we can stop being at war on this continent for a little while so that we will have time to turn our attention to the west and the elves and the claiming of the Galleon's graveyard. I'm sure that's like a dad thing. Stromfels probably wants it. I can't imagine what Araness is going to do with it. Oh my god, stop sacking their tiny little garbage settlements. Like, these wood elf outposts, they just don't have anything in them of value. There is no reason to sack them. You sack a target that has a lot of big buildings in it because that's where the monetary value comes from. So Setra rode off to the southwest to that other settlement, which is presumably under attack by the lizardmen, I guess. I can't imagine any other reason why he would have done that when I am where I am. Dwarves making headway against our Chaos Demon potential allies. It's like a little nerve-wracking. We probably would not, we didn't have a huge amount of trouble fighting the dwarves of what's it called? Belagar and his crew. So I guess a dwarf force that doesn't even have any immortal ghost heroes probably wouldn't pose too much more of a threat. Oof, the Skaven are getting run the fuck over here. It does seem like a number of conflicts are turning against those who are sided with us. Just kind of all around us on all sides. bodes ill for the medium-term future. So these vampire factions that we now have to eliminate in order to win the game. Musalon is right on that coast. We can see their whole deal. I'm not too worried about that one. Supplies adrift. Okay, we recover some supplies, so plus 10 attack and armor for all melee infantry, or plus 20% range and faster reload. Yep. Alright, lots of people are doing crazy stuff. Here comes Baron von Heasty. We will become pirates of legend upon defeating him. Okay, hero capacity up for all hero types, plus 15 control. Wow, this is a big buff. Plus 10 leadership for every unit we have everywhere is also very significant. So anyway, Cetra, I think, rode off. Either that or he went into ambush mode. It's actually a little worrying. It totally could be an ambush.
Admiral of the fleet.
Oh, hey, you're short a unit. Even accounting for Tom's space. That's right. There were wolves in this army that died or something. Is there a battle site around here? Okay, if we move down to the Springs of Eternal Life, we can...
Vampire of the waves.
Yeah, we move down here somewhere. We can grab something fun from the raised dead pool, probably. Anything interesting? Depth guard, ghosts. Yeah. We can just take some, Ooh, you know what? Let's recruit 2 units of deck gunners, and then when what's-his-name comes back, we'll just kick out, like, I don't know, something else for him. These are good units. These are fun units. We don't have enough of them in this army.
Crew, to me!
So her stuff's at full health. If I switch over to ambush mode, it probably won't work because the enemies have a number of agents nearby.
No,
but let's just...
not this.
What do you mean no? Let's fucking get over here.
Come, crew, move.
As we are reuniting, we'll try the old ambush rope-a-dope here. See if we can convince the enemies to ride out and attack our less impressive army. Robbie trained himself into another skill point.
Ahoy! Rajon.
Pete is for sure just colonizing Lashiak. So, the Land of Assassins is heavily chaos corrupted. It is falling rapidly. We probably don't have to do anything about it. We can probably just ignore it for the time being.
Orders.
Your move is... the Great Desert can probably be last.
Get on with it.
Grab these two and then cover that up.
Treasure is there.
We've created a really, really rich field of raised dead bonuses here. So actually, if anywhere on the world map was going to be a sensible place
Onwards.
for us to sort of like fortress up, it is right here. All right, if I want to access Cathay's Seas, I want to come down here, probably. So let's talk a little bit about these vampire factions that have taken over the world here. So this is sort of, for people who are not familiar with the map as a whole, this is our land here. One of the big vampire factions is right there, the Sylvanians. The Drakenhof Conclave, of course, down here, basically just like shattered remnants at this point. The Barrow Legion up in the mountains where our allies are fighting around Marienburg. The Caravan of Blue Roses way to the east, in possession of this incredibly huge magic tree, and then of course Musalon on the coast. So it's all stuff that's in like the eastern half of the world. Not necessarily stuff that we're going to have an easy time getting to.
Now's the time. You smell like bilge water.
Okay.
Dead git.
We cannot get a trade agreement with you. You probably just don't engage in that sort of thing. That's fine. Fyrus doesn't really have a compelling, like, what would we even build? Yeah, I think that slot's just going to remain empty. There's nothing worth putting there. So we probably don't need to build a corruption modifying building. The chaos taint of the beastmen will just wear off eventually. Baron von Heasty is still over to the side a little bit. Let's just focus on growth, try to get these settlements improved as quickly as we can. And Kelly is still level 1. Okay. This is not high experience point work, sadly. Alright, it seems like the battle between these dwarves and demons is extremely live. We're just gonna try not to have any effect on it. Roll out of there as soon as they will allow. So it seems like Eataine is mostly being held back by the Dark Elves. I think we can see they're at war with the Dark Elf agents around them. I would really like to jump that army in Kasabar before they get reinforced. But I definitely want to make sure we're doing it in a way that's reasonably safe. I want to be pretty sure that that Setra is not crouching there. Okay, those armies we saw much more clearly actually move away. I guess we just go take it. Doesn't seem like they're going to try to stop us at all. They must be facing, like I'm saying, they must be facing an existential threat from the beastmen, or from the lizardmen, in order to abandon it that way. Alright, our orc friends up there may just deal with the Musalon problem by themselves. The problem, I think the problem that they're going to have is the Barrow faction and Musalon getting powerful at the same time, because they're sort of squeezed directly between them. It looks like some of these ruined areas where we burned out the dwarves are finally going to get resettled. And I'm happy that it's the Wood Elves doing it, even if the Wood Elves don't necessarily like us. Because, again, they just make these crummy little structures that'll be easy to push over if we have to. A rival band of pirates have requested access to some of our coves and are willing to pay for it. Well, generally, I'm into that. Income from Smuggler's Cove buildings. Is Smuggler's Cove the name of a particular building, or is it the name of the general structure? You need to be able to like look around at stuff while these things are popped up. I'm gonna hit accept the offer, and then we're gonna come up here and Pirate Cove. I'm not allowed to see what the other kinds of buildings we can build were called, am I? I don't think I am. Well, that's annoying. Y'all getting good money out of here? Okay, yeah. Good. All right, well, we can't really get a sense of whether that was the right thing to do or not.
The sea brings death. Voyage on! This is pirate time. Is it time?
All right, you resettle enough places. I guess eventually you will get a level. That is almost exactly all of our money. And Pete's job is pretty much to wait for the attack that we know is coming. I guess there's not really anything for you to do.
Get on! I'm here.
Yeah, just like sit in either Kofor or Sartosa and wait for the boats to show up on the shore or on the horizon.
Salt water.
Okay, I'm fairly confident they're not pulling anything here.
Land
Let's
folk
knock them out.
It is your decision.
Okay, I guess we have to
The galleon awaits.
go into March mode to even get to reinforcement range. You know what? Maybe I can reinforce from there. It looks like it's too far away, but it won't let me move any closer.
Undead raiders.
And we're at normal movement range here still.
Spite.
Alright, this is easy to knock out. What is going on with all of the... Okay, the vampires took over Orion's camp down to the south. Interesting.
The Sea Father calls. His daughter answers.
Do we just burn it? I think we just burn... I don't want to occupy this place.
Set it ablaze.
I have no interest in living in this desert. Ooh, a
I
luckstone.
have sailed the world.
I have nothing to say.
You are not very well equipped. Why don't you take some armor of silvered steel? Does the warrior bane make sense here? Might prefer something that, actually, yeah, sort of anti-hero. Let's give you a little bit of damage burst potential. And then a luckstone. We have a lot of trinkets, but they're mostly pretty bad. And I think generally 7% physical resist is going to beat 5% ward save. The overwhelming majority of damage you take is physical, I feel like. And as far as an arcane item goes, this allows you to damage yourself in order to gain more casting resource. You know what? Take this. Just more magic per second. Kind of all the time due to the magic of what do you call it? That skill that I like a lot. All right, now we're gonna march mode you. Try to keep you as close as possible to Aranessa,
Praise Manon.
who is going to get into encampment mode here. So, Lottie is at 60-58. I think I want to just take the raw weapon strength increase for the moment. Oh wow, it has 8 bonus versus infantry attached to it. Yeah, that's definitely the right choice. How many settlements do you have left? Are you down to just the one? Yeah, and it's a minor. We know that. Because it's what's connected to Kasabar. So yeah, at this point, it's not even a level 3 settlement. They don't have all of the slots. So they can't have the ability to recruit any more units, really.
Reporting. Indeed.
Pretty grim for them. Oh wow, it's actually really pretty over here.
Tribesmen, gather.
Interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen this this Norskin faction. I really played on like the far edge of the map over here, and we still haven't played one of the Cathayan forces. So I don't know what that stuff looks like, especially like the northeast corner of their territory. Let's see if this is close enough to get the treasure. I might have to wait a turn. Yeah, okay. Have to get a little closer. Lee Rogers, in theory, our map action hero. I guess we'll just run kind of this way.
Blood and plunder.
Okay, let's pursue this upgrade. The Death Shriek Terrorgeist. And again, like I wish there was an easier way to view the army's total buffs.
Ready to swordfish.
Does this work? Okay, that's battle effects. Campaign effects. Okay, but it doesn't, like, total things for you. Yeah, it would be really nice to have just a single spot where you could look and say, this army has this much total plus move,
Seas are mine.
this much total, total plus replenishment. I guess I'm going to go ahead and take it. Let's just cap out this ship, shall we?
Ours is the sea.
So Orion's camp here does have a 14-unit garrison. Oh, but it's all skeletons and zombies. That's not real. There's only 2 units in that are even kind of okay. Well, I mean, we could knock that out while we're down here. There's no reason to let these vampires achieve a foothold. I did not really expect for this trip inland to extend so very, very far inland. And honestly, it might be time for the secondary army to just turn around, head back to the sea. Aranessa can once the Khemri are broken for the last time, Aranessa can finish things from here. I think we're not going to actually take the Khemri out of commission, though. At this point, they're probably already dead, but if they manage to sort of like fight back to competence, they'll be doing so while skimming resources off of the lizardmen, and that keeps the lizardmen distracted for a little while longer. They have a lot of troops. This is the thing about their units not costing gold, right? They can maintain those armies for as long as they can hold on to them. It's just they won't be able to replace anything they lose. But I am creating a fertile ground for the dwarves to come out and play, which may turn out to be bad for me. I don't know what this dwarven faction's climate zones are, so we haven't talked a lot about this. But each settlement has a particular climate, and different races, different factions receive different bonuses and penalties. Well, just penalties, really, in different climates. It may be the case that the dwarves are not actually good at building or living in the open desert, so they might not be able to extend to the west very effectively. I wonder if selecting one of their armies will let us see their climate view. Wow, Musalon is getting very aggressive. Okay, some faction we don't know anything about is destroyed. Hexoatl is summoning even more Slan mage priests. The Khemri have made their one area full of sandstorms. Good for them. Wendy Nutt has become certifiable. She's present in provinces with high chaos undivided corruption for too long. So melee defense down, but weapon damage up. It's very unlikely that's ever going to matter. And the Curse of the Bountiful Treasure is available again. Huzzah, free money. Speaking of free money. This hero cannot currently dig for treasure. Are you sure? Is it a like every other turn thing, or maybe? Whatever, I guess we'll just wait here. So, how many settlements does this faction have? I'm not allowed to do diplomacy with them. Alright, can I just see them on the menu here? Vampire counts. Okay, 1 and no armies. Yeah. Let's make sure they're dead.
Serve for eternity. Treasure is there.
I am going to send Henrietta home.
No straggling!
Okay, never mind on the no armies thing. Hey, you know, what am I afraid of?
Of course.
They have technically an army. Contains a black coach and a mortis engine, which are not even real units. These are like support units mostly, and obviously they have nothing to support. I think beating up Manfred von Karstein might give us a pretty good trait.
Be killed.
Can I just run through the turtle gate? Am I allowed to do that? I am. I kind of want to go down the coast though, right? We're looking for cove locations. On the water is where they will be. So we'll just get in the sea here and sail down. Who has unassigned skill points? Oh, the map action haunter guy. Yeah. In theory, you should become a good assassin, and we might be a little late in the game for trying to figure this out. Well, that's not likely to work. That guy's level 26. In fact, there's as much chance that I would wound myself in the attempt. Well, I don't want to antagonize the lizard men, so maybe what I will do is just like... I think ruin scouting is worth some XP. It is not, in fact. It is just a waste of money. Cool. Alright, does the Pools of Despair have anything for us? Not really. We'll just start a basic building here. I'm not in a hurry to upgrade the Black Tower, so I suppose we can do this. That's fine. And we are at this point well past any good upgrades. So, I don't know, rank upgrades for any new zombies we have to hire from beyond this point, but like, it's not going to be a ton of that going on. All right, and still we wait to be challenged.
We are aligned. About time.
Is there anything in the sea that's worth like picking off? You know what? Let's go.
March, you dead girls!
We'll go grab this island over here. Might be some good loot on that while we wait. We'll have plenty of time once the dude actually shows up. Not too worried about it. And once Aranessa has cleared out these vampires, we might actually want to just, like, I should really do her quest, right? We still don't have her quest weapon after all this time. I don't feel like I've had a turn where it would have made sense to go get it. She has been working very hard and very fast for quite some time. And also, obviously, we do not need it. Oh. Okay. Eatane is starting to show up in force. Well, it's a good thing we have what's-her-name on the way back, but it's going to take her a very long time to get there. But yeah, if we're seeing more than one army from Eatane as the Pirate King is approaching, we could potentially see a little bit of disruption there. Also, the Khemri aren't going to call us. We should look into whether or not they'd be willing to do some kind of peace thing. My guess is no, though. Certainly, as long as they have enough military for the bar to be pretty green. I wonder about that that army there, Themocris' army. He and Henrietta are quite close together, and I worry that maybe he might be able to snipe. We'll have to have a look at the composition there. I just do not have very much faith in Henrietta, and perhaps that is a cruelty. Perhaps I'm being a jerk. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad for the Kislevites up there. I think we're probably going to see Erengrad change hands. Or, God forbid, get burned down. The specific god that I'm asking to forbid that is Stromfels, I guess. That's kind of like our whole thing. Kill Manfred von Karstein for some money. I was absolutely going to do that anyway. So you got yourself a deal. Who is sailing in here? 15 units. We can't see what they are. Okay.
No prey, no pay. Navigating.
Let's grab this. Army will perform better in battle. Let's take a campaign improvement. Trunk of Maps gives us, okay, kind of irrelevant stuff, and Scroll of Shielding is just not very good. That's a shame.
3 sheets to the wind.
Okay, I think we want to stay in the water here. Yeah, we'll just sail over.
Sails up.
Skull reefs tend to have a lot more money on them in my experience.
Sardasa's most infamous.
I think there is absolutely no reason to.
Yes, the winds
Did
go
you
true.
gain a ton of units? They can't be very good considering how quickly he
Pirates
gained them.
like.
I think we just
Make
have
them
at him.
fish food.
There's no reason to wait. Yeah, he gained a bunch of normal zombies. Also, he's got a smattering of human beings in his army. He's got one of those like mixed faction roster things going. Absolutely no reason to fight this anyway other than the auto-resolver. And we're burning down a big magical tree. Probably elves are going to have a problem with that the world over.
Burn it.
They can come and bill me for it. Ooh, Dawnstone. Hell yeah. Oh, never mind. This is not a fun trait. We just don't suffer from vampiric territory attrition. We already do not suffer from attrition in vampiric areas. That's kind of our whole deal.
We're ship
Well,
shape.
best we got rid of them anyway. You are just kind of out of meaningful skill points at this point. Now that he has all of those upgrades, though, he's at 58 melee defense. Honestly, it's not bad.
Bring them back.
All right, heal up, and then Aranessa is doing the long sprint home. And I don't know, maybe we do swing through Untalk and just like burn down the rest of the Khemri stuff. Actually, a little uncertain here what the right thing to do is. So Thermocris is a full army, potentially with real like actual units in it.
Darkness comes. On the double.
We have military, yeah, we have military access with these guys. I think what I'm going to have Henrietta do, just to avoid any silliness, is run through demon territory a little bit. And we'll get into the bay over here by Stormhenge.
I do not make mistakes.
You get to resettle the Eye of the Panther.
Make yourselves at home. Corsair of the night.
I really wish the gemstone mine was worth like anything at all to pirates.
Or sword, they'll fall. Get going, scum.
Can we actually get in the water over here anywhere? It's kind of all cliffs, actually. Oops, all cliffs. Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna have to go back through that gate. I didn't even really think about it. All right, a great hoard of treasure. Crummy scroll of shielding and 2,000 gold. I don't know if I would call that great. All right, well, you gotta harass people, even if there's a very little chance it will work, because we gotta get XP. Critical failure, wounded self in the attempt. But it is at least good to see all these armies. We know where they all are and what is up.
My faith in you wanes.
So Cetra and Thutmocris are the bulk of their forces. Can we see the settlements?
Not serve.
They have a crypt barracks allowing for a single tomb guard. And this is it, right? This is their whole country at the moment. Yeah, we don't need to take any more of their settlements. We just need to break down these armies. And I guess at this point I am going to do this just in case. Maybe what Henrietta ends up doing is heading to the Black Tower as quickly as we can get there. Yeah, I'm a little worried actually about this big ball of Khemri troops. With a lot of forces, it is perfectly reasonable to defeat their army by just destroying their breadbasket, basically. And then once they no longer have the ability to generate upkeep costs for their soldiers, they just sort of fall apart on you. Sadly, we are not quite seeing that effect with the Khemri, who do not have to pay their soldiers on account of their undead. Hey, it's Altharion the Grim. I believe that guy is like a real, actual dangerous guy. That's like Elf Batman, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Pete's in the area. We're ready to play defense. Just riding around, assaulting my garrison. A crazed skeleton in a chariot, just riding through town, cutting zombies in half, and then they put their halves back on top and sew them back together and get back on with what they were doing. Undead versus undead wars are perhaps even more pointless than many of the other kinds. Interesting. Did those multiple stacks just completely bounce off of Helmgart? I don't think we have active vision of Helmgart right now, so it's possible there are just a lot of defenders there. That better be what happened, because otherwise that's extremely embarrassing for them. Good news for us, though, because it means that one vampire faction is sort of floundering on their own. My biggest concern, honestly, is the Sylvanians. They're in a position where they could very well be thriving. Oh wow, the Disciples of the Maw were totally obliterated. I wonder how much of that is the doing of the elves. So we've lost vision of the Khemri. That's got me a tiny bit nervous.
Let's go landwards. Get moving. Come, sea brigands.
No, I will not.
Ooh, Cetera does have the movement to reach us. And I'm in march mode, so I wouldn't be able to run. Have to stand and fight.
Blood and plunder.
But it looks like there's not a lot of... Maybe I don't need to cut through demon territory so much.
Admiral of the fleet.
No, I'm going to come around this way, actually.
Now.
So I think we need to get to the Black Tower. Anything they resettle, it's going to take them forever to rebuild, though.
Admiral of the fleet.
Unthinkable.
Wow. That is an army that is heavy on dragons. Huh.
All set.
That doesn't seem like it could possibly be a good composition.
Move, scum!
An insult to Everest.
So he's got a bunch of very basic spears. Some archers, some sea guard, just like dragon. We don't know what that is.
Far beneath an
We haven't seen
archmage.
anything of Rinda's force yet.
Eternity.
Do I want to just sail up to Sartosa? Because I can just get into Sartosa this turn. Yeah, to prevent them from just like laying siege to it.
feast.
In Father's name, no.
They have enough movement that they could veer south if I do something like that. And Kofor is unlikely to stand up to these forces. Yeah, I'm actually pretty unsure what to do.
It would breach my vow.
The sea.
Do I think this army can handle all those dragons? Probably. I think we're all right at dragon problems.
Even the Lawmaster could not.
How far can Eltharion move back? So, like, a thing we could do is have Pete sail out here, where we're able to threaten Rinda, but Eltharion's not able to threaten us. And then see what they do from there.
I'll order it.
A position where we can reach
An insult to Ivrest.
both Kofor and Sartosa with a single move. It's like something like this.
Oh,
Basically just like zone defense at the mouth of the bay.
Toil.
Alright, well, Wendy, head back, because I am a fool. Hey look, it's the edge of reality as we know it. I suppose Lucchini's going to get a basic money-making building, even though I'm definitely a little concerned as to whether it's going to survive. Henrietta can be here soonish.
Ignore my crew. They are hungry.
Scarbrand would like a defensive alliance. That's going to poison us pretty bad with the dwarves. But overall, I don't hate it. They're not getting along very well with the greenskins in the area, and that's probably going to put us at odds with them as well. But those factions look small and weak. I think I'm okay with this. It's good to have friends. And now that they're allied, we can like replenish in their territory easily, and even at full march speed. There's a lot to be said for that. So Rinda's force is not very impressive, I have to say. I think we're ready for that. Lucchini's gone again, though. That's fine. I think we can actually ignore Rinda and just sail after Eltharion. If he stops to take out Lucchini, we can jump him there. I wouldn't expect it. After all this work, we're still only this much above them on the balance of power. Okay. Wow, that was a really effective hero action. Holy shit. Okay, so they don't have that much in the way of melee. They're pretty monstery. I think we can handle this. Gosh, I hope we can handle this. The hero action was definitely significant. It cost us a mortar. So we have good magic. We have the cannons. We have the range advantage in total here. They have no siege weaponry. And if they lose Setra here, that's definitely it for them as a faction. They can't afford to lose this army. Oh, you know what? They do have their regiments of renown unlocked, though, don't they? So that's going to allow them to keep one army pretty stocked, even without the buildings that produce the units, which is kind of bad for us. I think we want to take advantage of this hillside. Now they're on offense here. So we don't actually have to, we don't have to do very much. We do not have to come to them. It is on them to beat us in the timer. So we can expect to see pretty aggressive behavior. And I might just deploy the, I don't usually do it like this, but since they don't have any siege weapons, deploying the crabs forward and just down the hill a little bit so they're not blocking line of sight, I think makes sense. Charles Fenn, wait up here. Our hero combat units waiting, and we have a unit of ogres unaccounted for. They'll be over here, I guess. They're more of a flank guard than anything. And if they're content to wait, the longer the battle goes, the better it is for us in terms of magic generation and easy access to our cannons. Okay, decent start. That's not enough lead. Hit him a little bit. Okay. Initial volley dropped some of the Tomb Guard. The Tomb Guard are the ones I'm most worried about. Tomb Guard with halberds are like better suited to dealing with our crabs than most infantry are, and the crabs are my solution to most melee problems. Alright, cones of fire are going to be breached any moment now. Are you far enough back for your stuff to affect the mortars? For some reason, the answer is kind of. There we go. Okay, buff up the mortar crew accuracy. And let's figure out our aims here. So the skeletons really don't do skeleton archers really don't do very much damage. I think I am focused for the moment on the halberd tomb guard. The normal tomb guard are going to be quite vulnerable to just getting crabbed. I don't think we have to stress about that too much. We have reinforcement crabs against the cavalry charge. Guess I'm gonna actually set these ogres kind of like this. Maybe some of our crabs too. Yeah. Just get some side cover here. And I guess that means I don't want you right in front.
There's the target.
Ooh, they do outrange us a little bit, don't they? I guess we have to get a little bit more aggressive. So we only have 90 range to their 140. All right, we're gonna have to have some of these units just come down the hill enough to annihilate them. Is that the only ranged chariot unit? No, they have one on this side too. All right, that's fine. Not a big deal. Certainly not time yet to sing the shanty or anything. All right, y'all are just about to get in range. See if we can get a 2-for-1 on the archers here. Can a little bit. All right, and Setra himself approaches. So first things first, net that nerd. Do we want to just have the units of rifles here hard focus him? I think so. And yeah, I think for the moment we just kind of like let this stuff go off. You're taking a lot of damage from something. It's not clear to me what the source of that damage is, because it couldn't be any of these units. It can't be their archers. Oh, it's a spell. There's a fucking tornado ripping through my units. Well, unfortunately, there's actually not a ton we can do about stuff like that. So I guess we just allow it to happen. You are also focused completely on Cetra until such time as I say otherwise. And actually, so are you. Fuck him up. Personally destroy his day. All right, decent. Just gonna nuke his stats completely. Press all of the buttons. Holy shit, that tornado. I was expecting it to like move around a little bit. It apparently doesn't do that. All right, this is maybe a good time for the shanty. Okay, so I guess I'm just not familiar. Most effects like that are mobile. They move around randomly. Well, I'm actually going to refocus the guns. The Sphinx has to go down, and Cetra himself is less of a threat, I think. You guys are not going to be able to chase those archer chariots. They have 85 speed. So this is their necrotect. Yeah, please kill him. Sepulchral stalkers aren't that fast. And they have less range than we do, so they can't attack us while fleeing very effectively. There's no kiting going on over there. I'm going to have this unit of ogres reposition because I think these horsemen are trying to get around at the mortars. And the mortar crews don't seem to be doing any damage, like literally no damage. All right. Also, we have stuff. Now, we don't have a lot of winds. There's not a lot of winds to work with here. And I think I probably want to reserve a lot of it for just summoning crabs. Crabs on this side need to pick targets. I'm just going to drop the first unit right out here. All right, just go right at that Tomb Prince. Y'all, honestly, can probably just horse archers and stuff. Probably just ride out. Like, we don't need them to hold this guy at bay. We have our Inessa to hold Cetra in place. Yeah, well, that tornado lasted forever. That's a heck of a spell. All right. Rush these dudes down. Skeleton archer chariots have engaged in melee. That's fine. We'll just deal with them in melee. You need to continue what you're doing, but also throw grenades at anything that's... Actually, nothing's really gotten very close. Yeah, we'd have to do a bunch of running. Never mind. Just stay on target there. And this unit of ogres can... I guess shoot those guys, right? The ogres outrange them pretty significantly. And they do big chunks of damage. Yep, gonna have to be something like that. Okay, you gotta get into combat now. Unfortunately, you're not the anti-large kind of caster. You're the anti-infantry kind of caster. Makes it a lot harder for you to hold against that Necrosphinx. You can do this at least. And we can debuff the Necrosphinx in our little area here. Okay, y'all need to withdraw as you are given agency to do so by your friends here, and you just don't have very much left to work with. I can overcast this. So we can drop the melee attack of units in a fairly large area. Yeah.
See dead rise.
Okay, Cetra's going down relatively quickly. The crabs are having a heck of a time surviving. Getting good volleys into the Necrosphinx. They're collapsing on this front. The ogres are doing a good job keeping the characters out of the mortars for all the fucking good it's doing us in the long run. Hey, Arnessa, maybe, like, stay focused here a little bit. Okay, got our cannons up again. Feels like this snarl of troops here, right? Maybe something like this. How are they moving? Not very fast is the answer. This should be probably fine. Yep, the Necrosphinx is coming apart at the seams. Do I want to just like trash? Yeah, let's just trash this column of skeleton archers. So I can apply this damage or this defense bonus to anyone, huh? Let's throw some ward save up on these crabs and have them try to hold the tomb guard. This is a little not ideal. Obviously, they are anti-large units, so that's why I figured they're going to need the assistance. As soon as these horsemen burn out, obviously we collapse on those things. And on this side, we're not winning. That's not. I would describe the thing we're doing over here as not winning. Yeah, we're having a harder time with this than I thought we were going to. Let's try to knock those things out. In part due to the absolutely fucking horrendous performance of our mortars. You know, mortars, just shoot at these stationary enemies. Shoot at these enemies who will probably never move again for the entirety of the battle. See if you can figure that one out. Nobody's having ammo problems particularly, so I guess we don't need to do anything there. Aranessa probably doesn't have to activate her defense thing because Cetra's not even looking at her. But he should be.
Manning the pistols!
All right, charge versus charge. Just meet them right in the middle there. These skeletons, I cannot believe they are still alive. Their leadership is not falling like it needs to be. All right, you know what? Mortars on the skeleton archers. Actually, we might be able to break them a little bit there. All right, yeah, this is going to be ugly. Maybe try to do this. Cetra just keeps running from Aranessa, and she's not sticking. Look, she's in sleep mode right now. She's not chasing. Fucking hold still, dude. The Necrosphinx is dead, so I think I want to take what rifles we have left and try to bring them up the hill a little bit for defense. And then we have units here that can be brought to meet this threat. I want to use in melee mode. Out of melee mode. Both of the ogre units here, just shoot the halberds. Y'all fuck up this asshole. Do not let this man survive. And debuff him.
Swords out! Wise move!
And that's a kill. For the love of Christ. The ogres on this side are getting a little overwhelmed. And our gunnery wight cannot hold forever on his own.
Hungry! Crunch their skulls!
Gunnery mob.
A dead Setra is going to do an awful lot for us. In terms of panicking the army. Come on, y'all, finish it. Finish it. He's going down. He's trying to just bail out. Do not let him get away. Finish it. Yeah, this side is like fully fucked. These Necropolis Knights like cannot be killed. I don't know what's up with this. They've been at absolutely nothing for such a long time. Okay, you're in the middle of a bunch of Tomb Guard, but at least it's a bunch of Sword Tomb Guard. You can hold for like a minute longer. Let's blow up the melee attack of these units. All right. Setra down.
At once! Okay!
All right, we're going to start seeing a little bit of a collapse from their morale pretty soon. Yeah, you can see these units are already just dying straight up. Our gunnery wight is going to evaporate, which is annoying. Aranessa's army is like very rebuildable though. Seeing drops here as well. How are their troops distributed through this area? Okay, if we start the cannon fire here, that won't hit too many of the ogres. We can do the same thing kind of again like this. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, it's something.
The pistols!
Shoot him.
Scoffer!
Blood!
Okay, the stalkers are dead. They have frenzied all of my units over here, which is actually a very, like, that's remarkably smart and very annoying. And the rifles are probably just doomed at this point. Like, I don't know that I can withdraw them fast enough for it to matter. With this number of units focused entirely on fighting garbage over here and not able to use abilities or anything, I think we're actually just kind of screwed. When we get a little bit closer, we'll fire this. Yeah, she's going to deal with stuff, but these rifles might be doomed. Wow. Try to get as much done on those things as we can.
Ernesta! Shamble faster! Moving! A proper fight!
No, not you.
Come on!
The ogres. Focus.
My gosh!
Go! Move! Move! Shy ash! Queen of time!
I am not allowing the Ushabti to enter melee.
Ernesta!
And yeah, we win this fight, although at great cost.
Ernesta! Onward!
Because they can't kill our remaining characters. They do get a free unit of Ushabti toward the end of the fight. That's just one of their mechanics. And this is a really annoying place for it because it's going to ensure the death of all my rifles. But Aranessa should be able to knock them out relatively quickly. Their great bows are toast. These ogres should be done with those Tomb Guard any second now.
Gunnery mob!
My cutlass thirst.
And we just keep rotating debuffs and stuff.
Find me plunder!
Man-eaters! Boss says so!
Can't help but notice a lot of you aren't actually doing anything.
Bulls and flay!
Yeah, a huge number of these ogres are just kind of like standing around not participating in the battle, which I do not love.
Be close.
Ernesta!
Alright, big damage resist boost. Why are these... Man. Things are just surviving forever. So after this, it'll be like 5 turns before our gunnery white's available again. We're obviously going to have to rebuild the rest of the squad from nothing, which is a shame. We might get some units back on a Dead Rise again.
Many are pistols!
Gunnery mob!
Ernesta!
Many are pistols!
Oh, hey.
Honor!
Okay, the Tomb Guard. What do you... How are you guys losing leadership? The battle's over. It's like my units are trying to die. It's like, well, I know we've already won, but what if I just died anyway for literally no reason while not being attacked or challenged? All right, it looked every time we looked at our mortars, they were doing absolutely nothing. But they did manage to get almost 200 kills between them. And while the we're not seeing a lot of kill count on a lot of these Promethean gunnery mobs, I do want to say that I think they did an excellent job of holding up, which is really what they are for. They're not there to kill, although they will get some kills in the incidental performance of their duties. But mostly what they're there to do is keep the enemies alive and distracted and shootable. And it's like very unfortunate that a couple of them had the job of holding back a Necrosphinx or whatever. Yeah, earlier focus on their great bows would have been a good thing, but I don't know that I had the time. I feel like we were rolling from crisis to crisis basically that entire battle. The good news here, the silver lining, I suppose, is that this is a lot of gold worth of troops. We're gonna have a lot more income for the next few turns, and like I said, it is very significant. Okay, if we take the assimilate, yeah, we got the Dead Rise again. Some of our units are available to just pop right back up. So we're going to take this assimilate, even though I could use 2,000 gold.
Ever been press gagged before?
because that's like terrible news for them. They cannot really fix the losses they just went through. We maintained what, like a third of an army there post Dead Rise again. It's not great, but I am confident we will be able to rebuild.
I'm ready to cast off this best.
Skarsnik, hi. Yeah, okay. Making a pact with Skarsnik is going to annoy a lot of the dwarves in the region. Actually, I'm super not afraid of you. I don't really need this. This non-aggression pact has no value to me, and it would just annoy people I don't want to be at war with. Yeah, like I said, Arengrad's about to have a real bad time. That's a shame. We need that income. Here's hoping they don't do something chaosy and just burn it to the ground. Marienbad is going through the same thing. Yeah, it's a tough time for a valuable port, and unfortunately that means it's a tough time to be me. So we still haven't actually seen the Sea Dogs. Charles Fenn is wounded, but he will recover, defeating Setra the Perishable. He has become perishable. Gives us plus 15 charge bonus on Aranessa, which is fine, I guess. We got a Riddle of Ranald. Okay, way up here in a place we will probably never go again. Charge bonus up for all armies of all factions. Definitely more relevant for people who are not us. We still don't see those pirates, huh? Alright. We're not actually going to play any further here, but I do want to take a quick look. So, okay, we maintained half of the army. Obviously in terrible shape, but we will replenish quickly.
I forbid this.
So Timokris is running a considerably more basic army. Still 3 units of Tomb Guard, but yeah, definitely a lot softer already. So do we take this opportunity to just destroy you? With you having overstepped, we can turn Henrietta around. We can do a little raise in the dead to get some decent units. Yeah, we can pull up new cannons and stuff. I think that might be it. I think Setra's over aggression here may be the end of the Tomb Kings, because it's just kind of convenient to do it right now. But that's really a decision for later. That is a problem for another day. For right now, that's going to be it for us for today, and thank you all so much for watching. When you return next time, we are maybe going to bury these skeletons once and for all. We are, unfortunately, going to start what is going to be a long and brutal war with the elves. It was coming eventually, you know? And also, maybe we're actually going to become the unquestioned queen of the pirates. That would be fun. And we'll see you then.